It's kind of a special week because we have a special guest who is joining us. Brittany, say hi.
Hi!
Yay! She's on the phone calling from New York.
And by the way, I noticed that you're left-handed, and I'm left-handed too.
I am also left-handed.
Wow, we have to stick together. There aren't many of
I
us.
know. We're just going to do like Q&A. Okay?
Okay.
So, we kind of saw that it was tough when you broke up with Derek because of how Gopher and Shane had gotten really close to him. Where do you stand with Gopher right now, and how do you feel about, is it as resolved as it's ever going to be, or do you feel like you still kind of need an apology from him?
Here's the thing. I don't really understand the way that a lot of people feel about sports, and so I've been really trying to see things from Gopher's point of view. But I also don't know if Gopher's ever been in a relationship or been through a breakup, and so I think that his ideas about how that works are a little bit off. Like, he thinks that it is something that you can just like wait out, and that had I not broken up with Derek before, things would have been different. But I mean, to be honest, I think that had we not done it beforehand, it would have been worse for him, because it would have been looming. And you know, when you're that close to someone, you can sense when things aren't right. And it was mutual, so the fact that Gopher doesn't get it is frustrating, but I can't hold it against him that much, because I know that his heart is in the right place. He's just like having a hard time understanding.
Yeah.
I don't think that this is something he's going to hold against me forever, and if he did, then we'd have to reassess our friendships.
Yeah.
But I think that with time, these feelings will pass.
Last week with Emily showing up, and I was just wondering how you handled that, because honestly, I don't know that I would have been able to be the bigger person. I would have just wanted to say something really mean, but you were like really smart about how you handled it, and we loved the do you really, or what was it? What did you say? Do you remember? Like, what do you think you're really going to accomplish?
Think that this is going to fix anything or something like that?
By being
like,
disagreeable.
Basically, why are you here? I had a lot more sympathy for her before I found out that she'd hooked up with my younger brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was just like...
First of all, it's one thing to do that, and second of all, it's another thing to announce it.
Right!
I just don't like drama. I really don't.
Has joining Tri-Chi impacted your life the way it seems to have impacted Courtney's? And secondly, would you ever maybe consider deactivating?
I am not a very good Tri-Chi sister. That's kind of like a second priority for me. Right now, my friends on the floor and my classes are most important, and I don't have a whole lot of time, so I'm sort of putting in the minimal amount of work. So I am considering deactivating, but at the same time, I love these girls, and I love getting to have this thing with Courtney that we can... Yeah. So I don't know, I'm kind of torn.
And I think that's like a tough thing about college, is that you kind of feel like you have to make all these decisions about what you're going to do with your time, and there's so many great things to do, but it's just like there's not enough time to do them.
There's just not enough time for everything.
Yeah.
And it's... I tend to take on more than I can actually handle, so I'm trying not to spread myself too thin, but
that's good.
It is really hard to pick and choose like where to put my time.
Okay, I thought this was an interesting question. Does the fact that your freshman year of college is under constant surveillance strongly affect your social life, or have you pretty much gotten used to it?
It was really weird at first. I think we've all kind of gotten used to it. I mean, it's weird getting to know people in front of a camera.
Yeah.
Because just getting to know people in general is sort of a weird thing. And I think the fact that, like, it's not just following me. It's on everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes it a lot easier for us. And to be honest, that might be why. I mean, I think that's part of why my social life at least revolves so much around the floor, because we are sort of sharing this experience.
Okay, so I'm going to follow up to that, because I always feel like you do a really good job of keeping your personal life very private. And is that like a choice that you've made, like to make a conscious effort to keep that out of the cameras, or are you just kind of lucky in that you happen to get outside of the dorm floor every once in a while where the cameras aren't going to follow you?
It's a little. I mean, there are definitely certain things that I don't want to be made public until I'm ready. I try to be respectful also of the people that I have personal things with, because, you know, that was a strange thing for Derek to get used to.
Yeah.
And it is important for me to feel like I have my own little thing outside of what everyone else sees. You never know what's going to happen with editing, and different people choose what to show.
What has been the most surprising friendship on the floor for you?
The most surprising is definitely Steph for me. When I first met her, I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's kind of a lot.
But yeah, since I've gotten to know her, I'm just so impressed with her. And so that came as a surprise.
Okay, Brittany, you are in jail. It's 4 a.m. You have one phone call. Who do you call to bail you out?
That's really tough. I would probably call Jeanette, Court's mom.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
She's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the next question. Marshall, passionate RA or douchebag?
Oh, douchebag.
And then
100%. Although I do feel bad for the guy. I mean, obviously, this behavior comes from somewhere, and he's clearly not a very happy person. So.
Yeah. Okay, following up to that, deep down, why do you think Marshall has a problem with Mike?
I think that Marshall is jealous of Mike. Mike has a lot of... he has a lot of, like, social pull, I guess.
Yeah.
People are really drawn to him, and they follow him. He's good at rallying people, and I think that threatens Marshall. And he thinks that it's a threat to his authority, when really it's just like Mike's fun and Marshall's not fun. Mike has a lot of the same qualities that William has.
Yeah, that's true. Like, just naturally good at making friends and...
He's a natural leader.
Yeah. Marshall, what did he throw at you when he was doing room inspections? Because that made me really mad.
It was a dirty sock. Actually, it might have been dirty, but I definitely thought it was dirty in my mind because it made it that much worse.
It looked like a shoe.
I know. I thought it sounded like something hard, like when it hit the wall, because I was like, what the heck? He could have hurt her.
I definitely considered reporting him to Dean. But
yes.
I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be a jerk like Marshall.
Okay, here's my favorite question. This one's my favorite question. You and Mike have been through quite a lot. What do you find is Mike's best quality?
Well, I guess I have two. I think it's his sense of adventure and just how much Mike cares about the people that he loves and the lengths that he will go to make sure that they are doing well. I think it's really amazing.
Thank you so much for agreeing to do this. This is awesome.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks so much for watching this week's special episode of Dorm Life Recaps, and we look forward to all the great stuff that's coming in the future. So we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.